Happy Monday night. So this is what's been going through my mind all day in anticipation for tonight. I had this thought, and this always happens when you're brushing your teeth. It's not about what I do. It's about who I am. And I was like, Jen, I think I get it. So it hit me. What's more important? Is it what you do for people, or it's who you are for people? And I started thinking how it naturally comes out of you. You serve in ways when you really are in alignment with who you are. So I want to each one of you guys to hear this. You are lovely, you are worthy, and you are here, and you're going to grow leaps and bounds because of the commitment that you're making to yourself. I'm super, super excited. Tonight's going to be awesome. So I'm going to pass this over to Preston, and you guys are going to absolutely have the best time ever. Here we go.
Everybody, oh my goodness, I am so excited. Can everybody hear me? Everybody's cool with that? Good. Okay, let's do this. My name is Preston Pugmire. I am a podcaster. I am a coach. I am a speaker. I love helping out entrepreneurs so that they can have peace in their heart and money in their bank in that order. So I want to do just a quick poll. Let's get everybody here. We're going to just get people engaged in the chat a little bit. I want everybody to answer this question. If I had blank, then I would be successful. It doesn't have to be a single word. It can be a sentence. It can be just a concept. Like, this is just something that you have had in your mind. I want you to throw that in the chat and just hit enter and see what comes out. And everybody's just willing to do this. We're just going to get clear on what this looks like for people. Okay, we got, if I had organization, if I had time management, if I had a nanny, if I had more belief and confidence, if I had influence, time freedom, more courage, if I could see myself as others see me, Joanna says. All right, time freedom, influence, confidence, positive mindset, more time, consistent income, confidence is a good, that's one that keeps coming. Heather said, if I had mindset. Heather, you have a mindset. Everybody has a mindset. I just want to get you thinking in a different way about this. Okay, we're going to get into that a little bit more. Okay, if I was committed to working in my most productive time, Michelle, love that answer. Positive mindset, I know that's what you meant, Heather, when you said that. Leadership skills, faith, confidence. Okay, are you guys seeing patterns? You seeing patterns? Now, this is what I want to share with you guys tonight. Everything that I talk about is based in mindset before strategy, because strategy is so easy. It's so easy to say, okay, these are the steps. Boom, 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 boom. These are the steps that you need to do. These are the steps you need to take in order to be successful. Every single one of you knows exactly what to do for your IPAs. Every single one of you. There's not anybody in here that isn't like, I don't know, should I post about the product? Should I contact people? Should I set up a virtual sip and see or something like that? Like, nobody has any question about those things. But there's a part of your mind and a part of your brain that is telling you that that's going to be the answer. That's going to be the thing that's going to give you success. The reason I talk about mindset before strategy is this, because in our lives, we have, how about this? We'll do this. I'll draw the tree. Has anybody seen me do a training before? How many of you were on the other call that I did with Alita? Okay, so this will just be a refresher for several of you. We're gonna do the tree really, really quick. Boom. And this will be a refresher course. This is a tree, this is the trunk, these are the fruits, and then these are the roots. Now, the trunk represents actions. Everybody thinks, okay, what do I need to do to be successful? The fruit represents results. Results come no matter what. You are getting results. Sometimes those results are burnout. Sometimes those results are frustration. Sometimes those results are your team is diminishing. They're still results. But down here with your roots, this is our beliefs. Now, beliefs are just thoughts that you keep thinking. I'll say that again. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. Now, if you continue to think it turns into a belief, then that belief is going to inform, influence, and affect your actions. And that's going to give you the results that you have. So just take inventory right now. Everybody just go ahead and think about what are the results that I'm having in my life? What are the results that I have in my business? Do you have a ton of extra time and no money? Do you have a ton of money and no time? Do you have a social network and a social influence where everybody just looks up to you, and as a result of that, you feel pressure to perform? Or do you have not very much influence, not very much social networking, and as a result of that, you feel less than? You feel like you're comparing yourself. Because none of these are good or bad. It's just taking inventory about where you're at. So just think about that, and then ask yourself, instead of asking yourself, what actions did I take to get here? Ask yourself, what beliefs do I have that got me here? So let's take inventory on a couple of beliefs. I want you to answer this question, or like finish this sentence, okay? Everybody, I want you to finish this sentence, and the first thing that comes to your mind, the very first thing that comes to your mind. Don't try to make it rainbows and unicorns, just actually say it and finish it. Ready for this? Rich people are. Boom. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Jennifer, rainbows and unicorns. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. Okay, look at this. Rich people are blessed. Rich people are lucky. Rich people are free. Rich people are hard workers. Rich people are ambitious, amazing. Rich people are smart. Rich people are happy, lucky, successful, stressed, lucky, mean, smart, blessed. Rich people are happy. Rich people are selfish. Do you see where we're going here? Do you see a lot of these beliefs that people have? Now, how about this? My guess is, raise your hand if you want to be rich. All right, cool. Raise your hand if you want everybody to perceive you as just somebody who lucked out. Is that how you want to be perceived? How about, do you want to be perceived as somebody who is just stressed? You want to be perceived as somebody who is privileged? You want to be perceived as somebody who is only happy because they have the money? That they are only blessed because they have the money? You see how this goes? Like, think about these beliefs that we have. If you believe that rich people are blessed, and you believe that you are a little bit less than for some reason, then you're never going to be blessed, and then you're never going to be rich. And then you're not going to do the things, actions. You're not going to take actions. You're not going to do the things that are going to get you to that point. Because why bother? I'm not blessed. I don't want people to perceive me as mean. I don't want people to perceive me as somebody who's just lucky. I don't want to be more stressed. Or if you decide that rich people are happy, then when you get there, when you get to the point where you are rich, and then you have a super bad week, and you feel depressed, and you're like, what's going on? I thought that this money was going to give me happiness. And then you start to feel, oh, shoot, maybe money isn't the answer. And now you're like, well, I spent a lot of my life thinking money was the answer. Now What am I going to do? Because if money isn't the answer, then what is? And then you feel a void. That's why I talk about having peace in your heart and money in your bank in that order. Because if you get it the other way around, then you're not actually going to be happy. So this is just about taking inventory. It's about getting into your own mind, asking yourself, what is it that I have decided I need to have later on in order to be happy? Or what is it that I have decided is going to come along if I get more money? How about this? Right now, I want everybody to type in your number one your number one stressful thought when it comes to your team. Think about this. We're all in here. I want you to just think about, what is my number one stressful thought when it comes to my team? Now, I really appreciate the people that are super participating here. Really appreciate that. Okay, look at these. You see these ones? Number one thought that comes to my team is letting them down. Number one stressful thought. My team is not growing. Again, we got letting them down, failing them. Am I a good leader? Do they think I'm a bad leader? Failure. How do I meet everybody's needs? I can't inspire them. I get stressed when I see my team failing. I need to have a team. I'm not leading them strong enough. I'm not leading them well enough. Will I let them down? Do you guys see a pattern here? Do you see a pattern? So this is something that is fascinating to me. Who here wants to have a bigger team? Because a bigger team means more money. A bigger team means more notoriety. So you want a bigger team, and yet the number one, like 80% of those were, my stressful thought is, I'm going to fail my team. Am I a good enough leader? Am I going to let them down? That's the number one thought. But if you want a bigger team, guess what it comes with? It comes with more opportunity for you to let them down, because there's just more people to let down. There's more people that aren't going to catch the vision and that you can fail. Do you see what's happening here? So this is the reason that beliefs are so important. Because if your belief is, I get frustrated with my team because, or not frustrated with the team, I get frustrated with myself, and am I a good enough leader? Am I going to let them down? Okay, then your actions are going to be, well, I better not grow my team because I don't want to let more people down. This is the thing that I want you guys to get in touch with. I had an eraser. Oh, it's right here. This is something that I learned from Tony Robbins, and it's absolutely across the board in business, in relationships, in your personal life, in health and fitness, just every single thing. This is a stick. Okay. That's a stick. There you go. This end of the stick over here is love and connection. And this end of the stick is the possibility of rejection. When you pick up one end of the stick, which is love and connection, which can be attached to a relationship, to growing your business, to getting more people on your team, to having a better leadership dynamic within your team, all these things, like getting more people, getting more ambassadors, getting more money, all this different stuff. Love and connection. When you pick that stick up, it comes with the possibility of rejection. You cannot separate the two. So now, what is going to drive you in your business and in your team? Is it going to drive you to avoid the possibility of rejection or to pursue love and connection and growth? Because when you make decisions based on avoiding the possibility of rejection, then you are focused. You are focused on avoidance. You're focused on fear. You're focused on, am I going to let my team down? If I grow my team, there's going to be more people to let down. There's going to be more people to not be a good enough leader in front of. And so you've already decided that more people is going to be a bad thing. And this is subconscious. This is what happens all inside of our brains and our hearts. Everything is subconscious. The reason the roots are below the surface in the tree analogy is because it's below our consciousness. And so if you make decisions based on avoiding the possibility of rejection, you're going to subconsciously self-sabotage. And you're not going to do that live. You're not going to hit that live button and go live on Facebook. You're not going to do that post. You are not going to follow up with that potential ambassador, even though they expressed interest. Who here has ever had somebody express interest and then not followed up with them? Yeah, it's happened. I guarantee it's happened. This is something that we deal with because we are human beings. We have this idea that when I get X, then I will be successful. We have this idea that when I do not have this situation, then I will be able to be successful. And it's just a bunch of excuses. And it's just a bunch of, one mentor of mine, he called it your belief systems. Your belief systems, or when you shorten it, your BS. So he's like, oh, so your BS is just holding you back. And this is something that we all deal with. And I coach some of the top earners in Plexus and some of the top just entrepreneurs in my field. And I see it in every single person. This is like these doubts and these fears, they are across the board. So I want to actually ask Alita here for a second. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Alita.
What's up?
What's up? Are you resonating with what I'm talking about here?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
So for you, what has been the biggest game changer shift in your mindset about how you approach your team?
It has gone from strategy and trying to, how do I help people catch the vision or train people on strategies into shifting almost 90% into mindset, into what they're struggling with and how can we overcome that. And that's where we're just seeing insane. I just got off a call tonight with a girl, Allie Sullivan, who was on your last call. She's had some major mind shifts and identity shift. And that girl went promoted senior gold last month, going Ruby and senior Ruby this month.
Amazing. What has your points, what have they done in the last 2 months?
Gone up like crazy. So I have more money in the bank. I got peace in my heart. I got joy in my bones. Exactly. I don't look like it right now. It's been a long Easter, long weekend.
No, that's the thing, is I've seen it in you. And the results are very, very concrete. It's absolutely amazing. So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about working with somebody on their mindset? They've been spinning their wheels and they're like, I feel like I've done all the things. I know how to do all the stuff, but what would you say to somebody who's in that position?
I would want to come through this screen, honestly, and grab your face and tell you, do not wait. Do not wait. I had this conversation with a friend of mine who had told me, you should call Preston and see. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm so nervous. That just feels like like what's going to happen, right? You're focused on what's going to happen, the rejection, the feeling of what might come up. And I can tell you without a doubt, it has changed me as a mother, as a friend, as a leader, and just as believing as a woman entrepreneur. This has changed so much for me. And it's been 3 months So I would say, without a doubt, like I almost want to get choked up and cry here. Without a doubt, you are worth it. And I really believe it's necessary to really move you forward faster, because sometimes we just get stuck in that place where all we see is stuckness, that we need that help to just say, hey, here I am, and here's the blind spots, and here's how I can help you, and here's some tools I've learned along the way. And I think that that's what's so wonderful as well about Preston in particular, is that he is so vulnerable and real about saying, look, I get it. I've actually been there. You know how I know you think those things? Because I thought them too. And it just relates so much into our business and into our life. And it's just, I mean, every week I'm blown away by what I come off our calls with. So I can't say enough. I think you'd be crazy not to do it. That's what I'd say.
Thank you so much, Alita. I really appreciate that. It has been so cool to work with you. And I want to talk to Jen here in a second too, because I have seen absolutely unreal things come out of Jen's life and just her experience and her energy that she shows up with. It's really, really cool. So I want to go through an exercise with you guys. I want everybody to, can everybody see me? Am I the one that's in speaker view? And everybody see me? Okay, because I'm going to share my screen. And I want to have everybody, you got your pens? We're going to do something. I want you to go ahead and take your pens and put them down, because I don't want you to cheat. So I'm going to show you something. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to show you guys a picture. And in this picture, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And I want you to memorize as many red things in this picture as you can in these 10 seconds. And then afterwards, I'm going to give you a test. Are you guys clear? 10 seconds, memorize as many red things as you can in this picture. Then afterwards, I'm going to give you a test. No cheating, no writing stuff down. Memorize as many red things. Here is the picture. Ready? 10 seconds, go. Okay. Okay, that was your 10 seconds. Now, I want you guys to pick up your pens, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and I want you to write down as many green things as you can remember from that photo. Okay, cool. Now, this is what, let's see, I want to get somebody to go over this with. Let's talk to Megan Feathers. Unmute yourself, Megan.
Hello.
What happened for you just then?
Oh, I just said nothing.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing. So why couldn't you name any red or green things from that picture?
I didn't look at any of the green things. I looked at all the red things.
And why didn't you look? Why did you look at the red things? Oops.
Because you told us to memorize all the red things in the picture.
I did. So this is something that's so interesting to me. You looked, and everybody else, like, here's the thing. I don't care about your memory. I just don't care about it. I am way more concerned with what? Why do you think we just did that, Megan?
Oh, that what we focus on is really all we take in.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good. What you focus on is what you end up taking in. So who here has ever had their own brain tell them to focus on all of the things that you have done wrong? Have you ever been laying in bed at night and your brain's like, oh, hey, check it out. Here's that weird thing that you said to that one person 2 years ago, and they gave you a strange look. Let's focus on that and only focus on that. Or you're sitting there asking yourself, why can't I grow? Why can't my actual a business grow. And you're answering the question. You're saying, oh, I'm not a good leader. I don't know if I'm pretty enough. I don't know if I have a big enough network. I didn't get started early enough. All these different things. Milani, close enough, right? You know who I'm talking about. Michelle, I want you to unmute your microphone and talk to me for a second. Michelle, there you are.
Hi,
What
Preston.
are you saying, oh my goodness, about here?
I was laughing that I just think about like years ago working in a restaurant even and forgetting to bring table 8 water and thinking about it, that's the thing you wake up to in the middle of the night. So,
So you table 8, they didn't get water. And as a result, you stop yourself from following up with somebody about plexus, right? Isn't this crazy what we do to our brains? And what we let our brains do to our lives? So I love that example. We forgot to give table 8 water. So Megan, you brought up, okay, what we focus on is something that determines, what we bring into our lives. So for you, everybody in here, ask yourself this, or put this in the chat. When things are not going well in your business, what do you focus on? Like everybody has their favorite flavor of negative focus. Everybody has their favorite flavor of negative focus. What is it for you? Some people, I want you guys to put this into the chat. So we focus on hiding, retreating, focus on, oh, nobody's working as hard as I am. You focus on the fact that you're not getting something, that you're not organized enough. Focus on, oh, I just need to talk to people, but I'm not doing it. Focusing on inadequacy, what I'm doing wrong. What could I have done better? How I failed. Focus on the bad things. I focus on feeling like a hypocrite, why I'm lazy, why I'm so disorganized, why I'm not a good leader. You guys seeing patterns here. The reason I have you guys put these things in the chat is because I want you to see patterns. Okay? Carmen, I focus on squirrel. Yes, everybody do. Because you are an entrepreneur, you have shiny object syndrome where you're just everything is going well, squirrel, and then you just get distracted. I understand all about that. Okay, focus on, Beth says, I shut down and focus on not being good enough. I focus on what other people think, Stacy says. I focus on who I was in more thriving seasons. Okay, so in that, Trisha, I believe, Trisha says, she focused on who she used to be in other thriving seasons. And so at that point, you're actually focused on the gap between where you are and where you were, or where you are and where you want to be. In either scenario, you are focused on what you don't want to happen instead of what you do want to happen. That's why I had you do the red and the green exercise, because everything comes down to focus. You guys can write this sentence down. What we focus on expands. So whatever you're focusing on can actually expand. And if you're focusing on that you're not good enough, or if you're focusing on busy work, or that time you messed up a couple of years ago with table 8, then that's what's going to expand. And then all of a sudden you're going to see all the reasons why it doesn't work. So now I want to come back to Jen. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey.
What has changed for you in the last couple months with your focus?
Well, okay. I want to cry. I'm trying not to cry. Focused before on, well, it was kind of a cycle. It started with, I should be happy. I'm experiencing every single thing that I ever dreamed of, every goal I ever wanted to hit. I'm here. Why am I unhappy? And so then I focused on everything that made me unhappy. And so then I continually became more and more unhappy. And I remember hearing about getting coaching, but I kept putting that off because I thought, I don't need someone to help me, or I don't want someone in my personal space, or I can do this myself. And now my focus is, I know I'm as good as I'm being coached, because it's not that you're making me a better person. You're giving me permission to look at the things that aren't true, and I can actually believe I really am a great leader. I'm a great mom. just actually seeing myself in a way that I would want my daughters to see themselves. And I just feel more complete and more excited about life. And I'm actually wanting to go out. I'm hungry for growth. And that is a big deal because I spent a lot of time in the last year struggling so much and thinking maybe I need medicine, or maybe I need a counselor, or maybe this, maybe that, looking for the secret ingredient to make myself feel better. And all the time it was something in here. So my focus is now in a really positive place.
It's beautiful. And what are the results that you are seeing from shifting that focus?
Oh my gosh. So I went through about 6 months because I was in such a ick. I didn't sign anybody up. I didn't get a single customer. It's possible I might have forgotten my Plexus login. And every day I get little tiny reminders. It's kind of like the ray of sunshine behind a cloud. I get messages, and I don't even reach out now. It's just, hey, I think I want to get started. Can you give me your link? Tell me how to sign up. And I'm like, it's who I am. It's not what I'm doing. It's who I am. And unless I work on who I am, I don't care what messages you have saved in the notes on your phone. You ain't going nowhere. It's you. It's who you are.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I have seen it in such a big way. You were not broken before. You didn't need to be fixed. You just realized what you already had access to, which was your power inside. And this goes for everybody. The reason I'm talking to Alita and Jen is because I've worked with them personally. And so is Lisa on this call? She is? Okay, so Lisa, I can't see you because there's a bunch of people in here. Unmute yourself.
I'm here. We're at
Okay.
the beach this week, but I'm here.
At the beach? Oh, hey,
Yeah.
there you are. Lisa, I want you to briefly, very briefly, talk about what happened last time I did a call in Alita's group and the conversation you and I had.
You helped me go back to a lie that I started believing when I was 5 and, challenged me. Would I let that 5-year-old little girl tell me how I should react, emotionally, or should I believe that little 5-year-old now at 45? And I can tell you, Preston, I feel like a completely changed person. I mean, if you guys want to have just 2 steps ahead in personal growth and breakthrough, this man is so gifted. And I did not anticipate that at all during that call. And I'm blown away. And I saw Jen recently at a party, and she had mentioned to Alita how different I was. And I am. I feel completely different, Preston. And it not only affects my Plexus business, but just my family, just as a mom. My oldest is 22. We've had a lot of struggles with him. And now I just have peace. I don't stress out about it. I mean, so to say that you've given me a gift is beyond words.
I was so impressed with your willingness to go where we went last time. And so I want to hear from you something specific that has shifted, like in your relationship with your husband or with your family. I want to hear something specific for you that has changed.
I have peace.
Mindset. Okay, you have peace. Go for it.
I have peace. I just have peace. I don't know. I feel like I can actually do great things with my life. I believe in myself. I have peace. I have confidence. It's like I finally can be who I was meant to be, is what I feel like.
Absolutely.
So,
beautiful.
I mean, that's mind blowing. Yeah.
So what did it take for you? What did you have to let go of?
Lies that I had believed my whole life. Just lies. Yeah.
Everybody, so I really mean that. Everybody just breathe that in. Let's take a huge breath in. Every single person in this Zoom room has beliefs, limiting beliefs that they have decided are true. But they are not true. It's just you allowing other people or your perceptions of what is available to you. You're allowing that to be a thought that you keep thinking, which turns into a belief. And then the belief goes ahead and shapes your actions, and then ends up giving you the results that you end up having. So thank you, Lisa. Right now, I want to work with somebody who, and I'm not sure who this is, but there's somebody in this room that's having a block. They're experiencing a block with their business. And if you want to be the person that you're open to talking about it in this group, and you want to go through what is happening with that block and be able to push through it, go ahead and just say me in the chat. Samantha Sinette, go ahead and unmute your microphone. And then we'll do Mandy. Last name starts with a K. All right. Or last name starts with an M. How about we'll do Mandy right after that. So let's have Samantha. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey, let me find you so that I can go ahead and have this conversation. Samantha, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm content.
You're content. Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on for you?
I feel like today was an okay day. I had like some ups and downs, but I handled the downs better than I normally do. So.
Okay, what was the down that you had tonight?
I actually got some really bad news that a friend of mine from high school had passed away suddenly in a car accident. And so normally if I get some type of really downer news like that, I kind of go into a shell and do all the things I know I shouldn't do, but I didn't do that tonight. So.
Okay. That is so heavy. It's so heavy. Let's not pretend that it's not. I'm not going to go into, oh, everything's all right with that. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's just take a huge, huge breath. So what kind of things are coming up for you with this?
I think just a lot of shock and a lot of disbelief. I've experienced a lot of loss over the last couple years. I lost my dad unexpectedly almost 2 years ago. I lost another girlfriend. And so it's just kind of, I feel like every time I start to kind of get my mind right and get my health kind of going in a good trajectory, it's like I'm waiting for the next crisis or something to come up and kind of throw me off. So I think initially just a lot of shock and a lot of fear that I'm going to go back, kind of revert back to like old habits and ways when I'm trying really hard not to do that.
What habits and ways did you used to go back to when you would experience loss?
I do a lot. I mean, the word like self-sabotage is pretty quintessential. I don't do the things I know I need to be doing for my health. I stopped taking my products. I stopped going to the gym. I no show at my therapy appointments. I tend to be in my room a lot. I just kind of isolate, and I usually message my team, which is a lot of my family and my close friends, and we'll tell them like, hey, I'm going to step back for a month or two, and then I just kind of ghost people.
This is something that is so powerful in our lives, what I'm about to say. This idea that when something is going well for us, we start to wait for something to go wrong. And the underlying foundational belief about that is that Samantha you don't feel that you deserve for things to go right in your life.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that is?
I'm not really sure why. I don't ever, I mean, I just turned 26 and like I don't ever remember not feeling that way, I guess. I think just like my family dynamic growing up was very different, and we had a lot of crises and struggles throughout like most of my life, it felt like. So I've never really experienced, maybe I have, but a true hope for the future, because I'm always kind of on edge and anxious of like, when is the next crash going to be? And I don't remember not feeling that way. So I don't know where it came from.
Okay. I totally get that. I totally feel that. If it's something you've always remembered experiencing, then yeah, it's going to be difficult to remember not experiencing that. I'm going to show you a picture. You recognize this picture?
Mm-hmm.
From just a couple minutes ago. When you say to yourself, I don't know what it's like to not be waiting for the next crisis. I've always experienced this. Growing up, you said that you would go from one thing to the next, and it would always feel like something was happening to you. Can you see how that relates to this picture right here?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you're getting in touch with right now.
Well, the first one is just the picture of the house, and like the two kids or whoever running away from it, and the house being very dark. And then the other one was the picture of the big giant holding up the little person.
Mm-hmm. So what about that picture, and not the specific things necessarily in the picture, but the overall message of the focus, the red and the green that we talked about, that concept, how does that relate to what you've experienced with waiting for the next crisis to happen?
Well, because like I'm focused on the crisis, or I'm focused on the anxiety. I'm not focused on what I like, sort of, I guess, like my perseverance through it, or through the good things that have come of it.
Yeah. Yes. This is something that is natural to do in human nature, is because we want to protect ourselves. We really do. We deserve to protect ourselves from things that threaten our safety. But the other side of that is our brain and our ego wants to also protect us from things that are threatening to our identity. And if you have, Samantha, if you have the identity of, I am somebody who is always experiencing a crisis, I am waiting for the next crisis, then guess what you're going to find? Guess what you're going to see? And guess what you're going to actually create in your life?
A crisis, a bad situation.
Have you ever had things going well for you and you start to feel, ugh, this is unfamiliar. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Is probably going to happen to me. And then something does.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am not in any way trying to diminish the news that you just received. It is terrible. And I get that it's unfair. And I don't want you to pretend that everything is okay. I don't want you to not feel the loss and sadness and sorrow that you feel, because that is actually a wise decision. It's a wise decision to go into grief, to go into sadness in those moments. What isn't wise and what doesn't work is to decide that is what you deserve in your life.
Yeah, very true.
Because Samantha, I want you to understand this and I want you to hear this. You deserve good things. You deserve easy life. You deserve happiness. You deserve success, love, connection, joy. You deserve all of that. And if you wait for the next crisis to happen, it will. Or you focus on all of the amazing things about you. You can focus on your wins. You can focus on, like you said earlier, the perseverance that you have, the determination, the grit that you have, and you can use that as a springboard to make things happen in your life and to create change. So what I want you to do is I want you to feel the grief, feel the sadness, and feel the sorrow, and feel the loss, all of it.
Yeah.
I want you to just feel it. And you will know when you're complete with that immersive experience. You will know. And then when you are complete with it, give yourself as long as it takes. I want you to write down a list of 10 reasons why the crises in your life have made you a better person.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yep.
The main thing that I want you to really see is that you don't need to be expecting, waiting for, and then creating another crisis in your life. You don't need that.
Yep.
Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you. Thank you for speaking those words in, and I think this was what I needed to hear as far as my focus goes, because I have a wonderful kind of sidelines in my Plexus team, but they tend to just want to comfort, and sometimes they don't, tell me the things that I need to hear, which is you're focusing on the bad things, and so you're getting more of the bad than the good, and you're missing the good because you're so focused on the bad. So I think I needed to hear that. So thank you.
I'm excited to see where you take this. Everybody take a big breath in. Have Mandy go ahead and unmute herself.
That's me.
Cool. Let me find you so that I can see where you are. Hey, I found you. Mandy, how are you feeling tonight?
Crazy.
Okay, what's going on?
I feel scattered.
Okay.
I have been with Plexus for 3 years, and every time I get to the point where I feel like we're going to take off and I'm going to hit gold, things fall off. And I'm a homeschooler. I own a cleaning business and a property management business. I am also now a realtor and Plexus.
Okay.
And the realtor came so that I could no longer clean houses. But my husband does not want me to stop cleaning houses this year. But at the same time, I'm never home, he says. And when I'm not home, I get phone calls about arguments and things that I'm not handling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly on the go and trying to just make life better, but I'm too many places.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm doing any one thing well.
Take a big breath in. Mandy, what would happen if I took 3 rabbits and I put them into a yard and I told you to just go catch all 3 of them at the same time?
Okay, so I'm a redneck and I already had a rifle and I shot them. So
Nope. You don't have a rifle.
Okay, 3 of them all at the same time. You'd probably find me running around the yard trying to catch the one that would let me get to it. And switching.
You would be switching rabbits.
Yeah.
That's what would happen. You'd run after one, and then it would get too far away, and then you would see this one. oh, that's closer right now. You would chase that rabbit. And then that would get too far away, and you'd see this one, and you'd chase that one. And so you'd
Yeah.
switch rabbits. And how many would you catch?
None of them.
Exactly. What if I put one rabbit into the yard?
I mean, that would be a lot easier and a lot better to focus on. And that's been my goal all along.
So
Just be able to get 2 plexus, but we need the money in the meantime.
I understand. I understand. What you are doing, something that entrepreneurs do. We
Ugh.
have so many ideas. We have so many opportunities. And so we chase everything, thinking that we need to get it up to speed in order to get all these things up to speed so that I can let them go. And then what ends up happening? None of them grow. You don't
Mhm.
catch any rabbits because you are chasing all of them at the same time. And your brain right now is going crazy saying, cool story, Preston, but I actually need the money. I need to be the realtor. I need to clean houses. I need to go plexus.
I don't need to clean houses, but my husband's not willing to let me let go of that.
How much money do you need to make in order to replace your house cleaning income?
I need to be a senior gold.
And so how much money do you need to make?
$26,000.
Okay. So that is a little like $2,100 a month.
Yeah, and I'm already close to that with my real estate business, which is why I did that, so that I could get rid of the cleaning. Real estate and Plexus are so similar in their sales aspect. I'm able to do both.
Yep. So I'll just be very, very bold with you.
Do it, please.
Are allowing your victimization. You are being a victim to your husband. You are allowing his scarcity to determine your actions, and then you're blaming it on him. I could be able to do this if he would let me.
Yeah.
And so, as a result, you're not catching any rabbits, and you get to be the victim, and he gets to be the bad guy in your mind. And since he's never going to change, that lets you off the hook, and you don't actually have to do anything about it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What did you just hear? What did you just get in touch with?
I mean, I just have spent this whole time saying, I have to fix everything. I have to do everything. And you're saying that that's just more victim mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate and abhor the thought of being a victim because I'm supposed to be an overcomer. So.
Well, you can't be an overcomer unless you have something to overcome. And so
Oh, well.
if you have the identity of an overcomer, then you're going to create a problem so that you can overcome it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So all this is fresh, all this is new. I want you to realize that everything is okay.
So you're
Yeah.
saying I'm focusing on problems too.
Yes, you are. You're focusing on what you don't have. You're focusing on how many rabbits there are to catch instead of eliminating some of the rabbits and catching one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to have a conversation with your husband, and I want you to say, how much money do I need to make so that you're comfortable with me stopping cleaning houses? And then he's going to give you a number. And then I want you to say, okay, so when I make this much money, then I'm going to quit cleaning houses. And he's going to say, okay, because he just agreed to it before. And then you are going to put all of your effort into making that much money. You're going to put zero more effort than you need to into cleaning houses. Take some of the house cleaning down, maybe stop a couple of the contracts, but all the effort into the sources of income that are already yielding the most money for you. And you can be able to stop cleaning houses within 6 weeks. Boom.
Okay. Okay.
And if you stop focusing on excuses and where you are a victim, and the excuse come when you say, I couldn't do that because. Okay, whatever comes after the because, that's where you're a victim. So step out of that, step out of excuses, stop blaming your husband in your mind and say, I can do this because. this is where I can actually make this money in this area. Because there is a bunch of money that you're just not accessing because you're running around chasing all these rabbits.
Yeah.
You get to let go of some things. You cannot experience the success that you want with scattered focus. It's not possible.
And you're saying I don't have to have
don't.
all of those things.
No, you do not have
Okay.
that.
I feel like I'm supposed to. It's my job.
Okay, well, if it's your job, then you're going to fight tooth and nail to defend it.
Mm.
What if it was your job to have peace? What if it was your job to prove to yourself that you don't have to be scattered? What if it was your job to step into your power every single day and believe in yourself? Because every single day you're making decisions based on avoiding rejection.
Yeah.
You need to start making decisions based on creating love and connection, community, and money.
Okay.
Very different approach. Now, would you like some assistance with this?
Oh, please.
Okay, we're getting into this. I have just a few minutes left because I have another team training call that I'm getting on. But I want to share with you something that I've created. It is called the Mindset Jumpstart. And it is a 4-week training program where we are going to go in depth. I have training videos, I have worksheets, and we have coaching calls. What I have just done with Mandy and Samantha, and what I did with Lisa, and what I do with Alita and Jen, like, we're going to have 2-hour-long coaching calls where I'm going to get on and just do that. Just going to coach people back to back. Boom, 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 boom. Who had a breakthrough when I coached Lisa? Who had a breakthrough when I coached Samantha? Who had a breakthrough when I coached Mandy? You get to have access to breakthroughs by seeing other people's stuff and approaching it without any of the internal drama that is part of experiencing the issues. So you get to just experience it from a like third party kind of an energy. And what I want you to do is, if you're interested in this, then you can get with Jen, and I'm going to actually put hold on just a second. I'm going to put the link in the chat here so that you guys can go to it. It is, the Mindset Jumpstart program is going to be 4 weeks, 2-hour-long group coaching calls every single week, and it has videos and worksheets and everything. I'll put the link in the chat right here. It is PrestonPugmeyer.com/Mindset Jumpstart. Boom. If you go to PrestonPugmeyer.com/Mindset Jumpstart, you can get enrolled for this. This is something I want everybody to really invest in yourselves, invest in your own mindset. You can start to experience the things that I'm talking about with Jen, with Alita, with Lisa, and with Samantha, with Mandy, like all these things, shifting your mindset so you can have peace in your heart and money in your bank. Now, I gave Jen a lot of the details on this program. But bottom line is, it's a $200 investment, $198, for you to be able to invest in yourself, have 1 month of complete and total focus. If you feel like this is a fit for you and you feel like this is calling you, like your intuition is saying, hey, I should do something, then go do it. Figure out exactly how you're going to make this happen, because it starts on May 7th, Tuesday, May 7th, and it goes every Tuesday for 4 weeks in May to prepare you for convention. I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself this: what happens 1 year from now if I change nothing? What happens 1 year from now if I change nothing? And if you're okay with that, because you might totally be fine with that answer, what does my life look like? Well, if you're totally fine, then don't do anything. If you're interested in making a shift, this is your next step. Get coaching, get very, very clear on how you are approaching your business and your life so that you can have mindset and then strategy. And so here we go. Jen says, boom, boom, boom. We got that. Invest in yourself. Mindset Jumpstart, PrestonPugmeyer.com/Mindset Jumpstart. I'm going to have her put this in the team page as well. But I want you guys to be able to have peace in your heart. I want you guys to be able to have money in your bank and really grow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody who's on this call, everybody who has answered in the chat and been participating on this. It's really, really exciting. And I will be following up with you guys, and maybe we can do another training before May 7th. We'll talk to Jennifer and Lita about what that might look like. But thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys are ready, there's limited spots. Let's make this happen. Mindset Jumpstart in May. Invest in yourself. Get ready for convention. Thank you so much, Jen. I'll see you guys later.